Hello, dear students. Welcome to I-Fal. My name is Teacher Nikki, and I am here to have another video lesson with you. So I am so excited to talk about a new topic for you today that will help you understand and construct better sentences using the English language. I know that these lessons will be very helpful for you to communicate using the English language that are grammatically correct and properly constructed, considering that we will be talking about some grammar topics. So I want you to concentrate on our lesson today, pay attention to our sample sentences, and please practice them very well even after the class. So let's go ahead and start our lesson. Let's go.
For today's discussion, let's go ahead and talk about the subjunctive mood part 1, okay? As what we previously discussed, the subjunctive mood is actually one of the most complicated, or in fact, the most complicated moods in the English grammar. So let's have an extensive explanation and discussion about this mood, okay? So for us to start, let's go ahead and define first what subjunctive mood is. Now, the subjunctive mood is used to express suggestions, recommendations, advice, demands, wishes, and doubts. It is also used to talk about hypothetical or imaginary situations or something that is contrary to the fact, okay? So, when we are talking about situations mentioned here, the subjunctive mood is actually useful in this case, okay? Now, so we have what we call your present subjunctive or your mandative subjunctive. Now, the present form of the subjunctive is most often used to talk about recommendations, suggestions, advice, requests, and demands, and it often follows the word that. Okay, but not always. This is called the mandative subjunctive. Okay, so let's take a look at the example sentences that we have here, or the example sentence. Jonathan's academic advisor recommended that he study abroad next year. Okay? I want you to pay attention to the sentence construction of this example. Okay? As you can see, we highlighted that, all right, because this indicates that this is a present subjunctive or a mandative subjunctive. And if you can see, the second verb or the verb after the subject he here is in the infinitive form, just mainly because it does not follow the grammatical construction of our sentences, okay? Although the subject here after that is singular, it still will not follow the S or ES rule that we have. Okay, now, as we learned a while ago, the mandative subjunctive is used for recommendation, demand, suggestions, requests, and advice. So this type of sentence always has at least two verbs, okay? But only one after the word that is subjunctive. The first verb is always indicative, okay? So we actually have some indicative verbs, okay, and subjunctive verbs in our subjunctive or mandative subjunctive mood. Okay, let's see some examples here. We demanded. Okay, remember, we have here the recommendation, which means recommend, demand, suggest, request, and advise are some of the common verbs that we use, okay, in your mandative subjunctive mood. All right? So that's why you see here, we demanded that he stopped setting off the fire alarm at school. Okay, so the verb demanded here is your regular verb, which is indicative, and it follows the rules of your subject verb agreement and also follows the rule of your tenses of verb. Okay, now the verb stop after that, okay, is your subjunctive verb. Okay, so it means it does not follow the common or the regular subject verb agreement rule. Okay, now it is imperative that she leave right away. So is in this case is indicative, okay, because it is on the first part before that, okay, and after that, leave will be your subjunctive mood, okay. Next one. So we have here some hint. It is usually acceptable to omit the word that. We can remove that, okay, in spoken and written English. So we can just say, we demanded he stopped setting off the alarm, okay, at school. Now, in British English, the modal should is used to express mandative subjunctive, okay? Let's say like this. They recommend that he should arrive on time every day. All right, but this is in British English, which is not the common English that we use. So we follow the American English, okay? Next one, knowing when to use the mandative subjunctive. So, any sentence that starts with one of the verbs on the list below requires subjunctive after that. Okay? So, remember, we have some verbs that are considered as subjunctive verbs, let's say, okay, but they are indicative. But when they start, or when you start your sentences with these verbs, or when you have these sentences with these verbs, definitely they are mandative subjunctive. Okay, so here are those verbs. Okay, we have asked, insist, advise, prefer, propose, recommend, pray, urge, demand, request, and suggest. Okay, and then you use that and then your mandative subjunctive. Okay, example, I prefer that she bring cupcakes instead of muffins. All right. So prefer is your indicative verb, and then bring would be your subjunctive. Okay. Next one. They suggested, okay, your verb. So that Leslie start training for the marathon way ahead of time. So suggested is your indicative, start is your subjunctive. Okay, remember your subjunctive does not follow your regular subject verb agreement. So if you can see, your subjects after that are singular, but your verb does not have s or es. Okay. Another, the committee proposed that the new regulation take effect on January 1st. Okay. And the last one, the DMV is insisting that Louis repeat the driving exam. Okay. So as you can see, you have your indicative verbs and you have your subjunctive verbs. All right. So the first verb in a mandative subjunctive sentence can take any form of the indicative. So it means it can be past, present, or future, or singular or plural. Right? This means that you can use any of the tenses that we learned, okay, in this lesson. And notice that the variety of sentences used in examples of prefer, suggested, propose, is insisting are in different tenses forms. Okay? Now, some sentences that follow the formula it is plus adjective that require the subjunctive, but this rule only applies for certain adjectives, okay? So, not only verbs that we have to consider, we also have some verbs or adverbs, no, I mean some adjectives, okay? So, we have some adjective it is plus an adjective form, okay, that follows the subjunctive mood. Okay, we have best, it is best, better, essential, important, vital, crucial, imperative, and necessary. Look at this example. It is best that she stay here tonight instead of driving home in the snowstorm. It is important that Nora win the competition. It is better that he do it on his own. Okay, so these adjectives also indicate subjunctive mood, and we have to follow that. All right. And this one, in the sentences following the above structure, it is common to use the word for plus infinitive instead of subjunctive mood. Okay, so commonly in the sentences with it is plus adjective, instead of using that and the subjunctive mood, we just have to use for and then the pronoun and then to. Okay, example, it is best for her to stay here tonight. it is important for Nora to win the competition. It is better for him to do it on his own. Okay? So this is the common structure that we have for this subjunctive. All right? So for now, that is what you have to understand about the first part of our subjunctive mood, indicating or talking about the mandative subjunctive form. Okay?
So I hope you find our lesson today very helpful. So as I always say, the secret in making your communication skills in English better is constant practice. So I want you to please keep on practicing all the lessons that we've had in the past and even this present lesson. So I know that you can do it really well and you'll improve yourself eventually. So just keep believing in yourself and practice more, okay? Now, please stay tuned to our more lessons here in I-Fal, and please visit our website that I will flash on the next screen. I also encourage you to please subscribe to our classes because we have a lot of amazing teachers that will help you and guide you in improving your English skills. So once again, this is Teacher Nikki. So I'll just see you again on the next classes and video lessons that we're going to have. I know that we will have more amazing lessons in the future. So stay tuned and good luck. Study harder and I'll see you next time. Bye.